I spent years of my life, probably a solid 6 to 7 years, with a deep knowing that I was meant to do more. I always felt misaligned, stuck, trapped, and stagnant. And it is the worst feeling, especially when you don't know which way to go to get out of that. You know that you're not in the right place. You know that there is more to life than what you're doing. And yet it's like you're trapped in this cage. For me and for so many of us, we are trapped in this cage, but the door is wide open. We could very well leave the cage that we're trapped in. But the thing that is so attractive about the cage is that it's comfortable. It's familiar, and we don't know what's on the other side of the cage. Might be scary, but do you know what's even scarier than taking the risk and seeing what's outside of the cage? Literally rotting away, wasting your life in the same place with the same people, doing the same thing day in and day out, and being miserable. I say it all the time. It is scary to be uncomfortable. It is scary to step out of the box, but it is even scarier to wake up one day with regret. Imagine this. You are laying on your deathbed and somebody brings you a sheet of paper. That sheet of paper shows you how you spent your time over the years. How do you want that sheet of paper to look? Do you want the first thing on that sheet of paper to say social media? Ew! Imagine wasting your life watching other people's lives. That was actually a perfect segue. The first thing you're going to do to stop wasting your life away is to get off of social media. And I say this as somebody who has to be on social media all the time because it is my job. I try to spend as little time on it as possible because it is such a sucker, a drainer of energy, of time, of motivation, of confidence. It drains everything that's good in you. And for what? So that you can get a little hit of dopamine? It is a waste of time. Unless you are using social media and you are being intentional about it, if you are just going on there to relax. First of all, there's nothing relaxing about social media. It's actually a stimulant. Second of all, it's just an excuse so that you can do something mindless. And third of all, it's not what it used to be. The whole idea behind the invention of social media was to create connections, was to cultivate a sense of community from people around the world. And it is so far away from that now. When I find myself mindlessly scrolling on social media, after I get off of it, I feel terrible. And I have talked about this before. It does not feel good to go on social media. And now that everything is based on the algorithm, it is more addicting than ever. The whole point of social media now is to just get you to stay on the app, get you to buy more, get you to see more ads, get you to interact more, get you riled up. It is not a good place to spend your time. And you know as well as I do that when you are scrolling through social media, time goes by like that. Set time limits on your social media usage. You can do it right through your phone. You can do it on different apps. There's an app called OneSec that you can get. There's an app called Opal that you can get. If you don't need to be using social media for your business, for your career, then I challenge you to use it as little as possible. The second way you're going to stop wasting your life is to stop looking at outside sources to find your identity. Don't seek external approval. Do not let in doubt from external sources. We spend way too much of our time, way too much of our lives letting other people decide what we're going to do, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. And there have always been so many outside influences, but especially nowadays, especially now that we have social media, our autonomy is just it's out the window. It's almost like slowly but surely, everyone is just becoming the same exact person. Everybody likes the same things. Everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody goes to the same places. It's like a giant game of keeping up with the Joneses that includes 4 billion people. That is so weird. And not only is it weird, it's also so unattractive. Like, no shade, if you want to play keeping up with the Joneses, by all means, be my guest. But I think that one of the hottest traits is being confident and sure of yourself and who you are, what you have to offer, and almost being loud about your uniqueness. Do not let one of those things on your timesheet be looking for external validation. And like I say in every single video, I am not holier than thou. I did this for years. I bought a Mercedes-Benz when I could not afford a Mercedes-Benz. I bought Gucci bags when I could not afford Gucci bags. I wasted so much of my time looking to the rest of the world to find my identity, hoping that if I could just keep up with these people, then I would be accepted, I would be approved, I would be validated, I would be loved. Everything would go my way. I would be just as happy as this person. But in reality, you just regress and you get so much more lost. And then the more lost you get, the more of your time and your life you're wasting. And it's just this big, giant, fucked up circle that you really just want to avoid. You are never going to find your identity by looking outside of yourself. You may find things that you like, you may find things that make up your identity, but the only way that you're going to figure out who you really are is by sitting with yourself. It's by getting quiet and quieting external influence. Figuring out what you like, what you want, what lights you up, what makes you happy. Instead of wasting your life away trying to be accepted by these people who don't even know who they are. This one may be my favorite just because at this current state of my life, I resonate most deeply with this one. The third way you are going to stop wasting your life away is you are going to stop making yourself small. You are making yourself itty bitty teeny tiny because your bigness, your light, your energy makes other people uncomfortable. So you're like, you know what? I'm gonna shrink for you. You know what? No, you're fucking not. No, you are not. You will not be shrinking for anybody. Be loud about what you want. Be loud about who you are. Be authentic to yourself. And if somebody doesn't like that, I have had multiple men tell me, shh, tell me to be quiet. And at that time in my life, I was like, oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And literally, when you do that, when that happens, you're literally making yourself small. Physically, you are making yourself small. I have had multiple people tell me that my energy is too much, I'm being too loud, I'm too outgoing, and literally shush me, which is like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But if you have ever had anybody tell you that and you were not confident in yourself, watch what you do. You will literally go, oh, sorry, no more of that. You were blessed with an energy that makes other people uncomfortable. That is not your problem. That is their problem. You are up here and they are down here. And when somebody is up here and somebody else is down here, this person is very insecure about a person that's up here when they can't seem to get there. So what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna go, come on down here. Come on, come down here with me. Get smaller. Get smaller. And then do you know what happens to them when you get smaller? They go, oh, well, now that you're down here, I've got all this power because I just fucking took it from you. None of that will be happening. That is a waste of your time. That is a waste of your life. It's not fair to you, and it's also not fair to the people who love your energy, the fact that you are outgoing, the fact that you shine so bright. It's not fair to them either. But it's especially not fair to you because if you are being your authentic self and somebody doesn't like it, that just means that they don't like you. And that is hard to accept, especially if you're a people pleaser and you just want everybody to like you. You just want to morph into anything that anyone wants. But it is not fair to you to make yourself small for somebody who just can't handle it. That is on them. Do not waste your life trying to please other people. You are never, ever, ever going to make everyone happy. There is always somebody that's going to hate you, even if you are the sweetest person in the fucking world. How does that saying go? You might be like the best cake, or oh no, you might be, I don't know what it is. It goes something like you might be the tastiest piece of cake in the world, but there's always going to be somebody who doesn't like cake. And it is not worth it if 1,000,000 people like you and one person doesn't, to change who you are to make sure that one person likes you. Because the chances are that one person hates themselves. And no matter who you are, no matter what you do, no matter how you act, they're always going to find a reason to not like you. So people pleasing, making yourself small, biggest waste of time. Biggest way to waste your life. Not worth it. You don't like me for who I am? Okay, God bless. Goodbye. The fourth way you are going to stop wasting your life away is you are going to start learning how to do the hard things. And you can look at this however you want. You can look at this as you're going to start building willpower, you're going to start building discipline, and you do those things by doing hard things, by committing to things and following through with them. My ex and I had a cold plunge and I would never, ever, ever go in it. I went in it maybe like a handful of times. I would dread it. I would get all this anxiety around it. I'm a naturally chilly girl, so I wouldn't want to go in it. He went in it every single day. I commend him for that. Yesterday, I decided to go to this cold plunge place because I feel like after our breakup, my mindset has shifted a lot. I have so much more discipline now because I'm a lot more comfortable with doing the hard things. I've built up all this willpower. And yesterday when I went to cold plunge, yes, it was freezing. It was not enjoyable, but I did it. And do you know how good it feels when you do something that you're dreading? Do you know how good it feels when you follow through with something that you say you're going to do, even though you really fucking don't want to do it? It is the most rewarding feeling I feel like you could ever have. So many people waste so much of their life putting shit off because they think it's going to be hard. Putting it off because they work it up in their head and then they have all of this anticipation around it and it's going to be so difficult. Oh my gosh, I don't think I could do it. Half of the time, the buildup and the anticipation is so much worse than actually just doing the damn thing. The buildup and the anxiety that I created around cold plunging yesterday was so much worse than actually just fucking going in a cold plunge. In order to get past that stuck, that stagnant phase in your life, you need to do hard things. It just is what it is. I will say that one of the things that has helped me the most in doing the hard things is having this positive self-talk. And like, I'll even say it out loud. I don't care. When I'm on the Stairmaster and I want to go at level 15 for 10 minutes, that shit is fucking hard. But the whole time I'm at level 15, I am talking to myself. Might sound kind of crazy. I don't know what it sounds like to people around me. I don't really care. I have headphones in, but I will stand there and I will breathe and I will say, my body is stronger than my mind. 10 minutes is whatever percentage of my day. It's not a long time. I am so much more capable than I think I am. I can do hard things. I can do anything for 10 minutes. Half of the time, we talk ourselves out of doing the hard things because the anticipation is just too much. We think it's going to be so difficult. We think there is no way that we can do it. And in reality, we are just working it the fuck up in our minds. It is hardly ever as difficult as we think it's going to be. So if you start talking yourself up in your mind instead of working this thing up to be the most difficult thing that you've ever done, there's no way you can possibly do it, talk yourself up. You will get the hard things done in no time. And the last way you are going to stop wasting your life away is you are going to remove yourself from relationships, environments, situations, jobs that are not encouraging your growth. However that looks, physical growth, mental growth, emotional growth, spiritual growth, however that looks for you. If you are not absolutely surrounded by people that are hyping you up, by an environment that's motivating, if you are not in a career that encourages you to do your best, to keep learning, and if you're just generally not surrounded by inspiration, motivation, discipline all the time, then it's best that you spend your time by yourself. It is not worth your time and your energy to surround yourself with anything that's either keeping you here or even worse, bringing you down. Not worth it. It's not worth it. I don't care if they've been your friend for years, if you've been in the same relationship for years, you've lived in the same place for years, you've been in the same job for years. If you have been like this for years and that is not where you want to be, then something needs to change. Always look at yourself first, but if it's not you, if you are doing all the things that you need to do in order to get up here, then you need to take a look at your environment and you need to respectfully take your time and your energy away from those things. If you want to be right here, by all means, stay right here. But if you want to go up here, you got to take a look at what's going on. I didn't want to say this because it sounds very cliche, but YOLO. It's true. It's so true. You only live one time. A lot of you are acting like you got a second chance at this life thing. Maybe you believe in reincarnation. Maybe you believe in second lives. All good, cool. But even if you do believe in those things, don't you think that you should try to live every single life that you do get to the fullest? I want to be able to look at my timesheet when I'm on my deathbed and be so proud of what it says on there. TikTok might still be on there, but it's definitely not going to be the top 3. No, I'm really working on that. But seriously, you are too good to continue wasting your life away. You have so much more potential. And why would you want to waste it? It is not worth it. I'm gonna make merch that says not worth it. That's actually not a bad idea. I love you guys so much. If you like this video, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you like me, please subscribe to my channel. I make videos just like this a couple times a week. I show up here to help you become the best version of yourself, to realize your full potential, and to start getting your life on the right track because you deserve it. So subscribe, thumbs up, comment, let me know what you guys want to see. And I will talk to all of you beautiful people very, very soon. Thank you so much for being here. I love you.